Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the official final press conference leading up to what will be a great night of world-class professional boxing at London's O2 Arena. It's all brought to you by Matchroom Boxing along with Sky Sports Box Office. And the fighters are behind me and they seem to be ready, getting a little grumpy as they prepare for the official weigh-in tomorrow, along with the promoter. And at this time, let me turn it over to the man in charge of Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Thank you, Michael. Always a pleasure to have you in town. Well, we're normally here. Royal Britannia, Saturday night at the O2 Arena. 18,000, sold out, and we can't wait. Off the back of a great win for James DeGale, just winning the IBF Super Middleweight title against Andre Durrell. An epic night of championship boxing. 4 Brits involved in world title fights. Kell Brook against Frankie Gavin, the first time in history that 2 Brits have challenged for the world welterweight title. Kevin Mitchell challenging 3-weight world champion Jorge Linares, and 5-time defending champion Yevgeny Gradovich defends against Wales's Lee Selby. Anthony Joshua against Kevin Johnson, 2 other British title fights, Nathan Cleverly, and a Commonwealth title fight as well. This is 7 hours of championship boxing at its very best. Firstly, I'm going to talk to the challenger from Birmingham, challenging for the IBF welterweight champion, a young man who for long periods of time many believe was going to be the future of British boxing, one of the most talented amateurs this country has ever produced, a former world amateur champion, an undefeated British and Commonwealth welterweight champion, and now he gets his chance to fulfil a lifelong dream, to challenge for that world title in front of many of his own fans, over 2,000 coming down from the Midlands to support him. And Frankie, ahead of a huge night for you at the O2 on Saturday night.
Yeah, can't wait, really. I said it all along. This is gone so quick, the build up of the training camp, everything's gone to plan. I'd like to thank Eddie, obviously. Last year this looked like a long shot, get a world title shot. Well, it's come. I'd like to thank Kell for giving me the opportunity to fight for the world title. I'm not going to let the fans down. I'm trying hard to push myself places I've never been. I'm ready to win a world title. Just want a big thank you to all the Birmingham supporters coming down and everyone else supporting me. Thanks.
Obviously, was with us for one fight. The opportunity came up to fight Tim Bradley in a final eliminator, which you accepted. And then you asked me, well, why don't I just fight Kell Brook? He's looking for an opponent. What makes you believe you're ready for this challenge and to become welterweight champion of the world?
I just, no disrespect to Kell, I think Kell's a great fighter and there's not many weaknesses. I just think I'm up there with the best in the world and I get everything right. I can do what I've been doing this far and I believe I can be the world champion, definitely.
18,000 in the arena, Sky Box Office broadcast live all over the world. What will it mean to you to fulfil that dream and become world champion on Saturday?
Can't get no better, and it's the biggest thing in boxing, winning a world title. Kell's done it, so I respect him for it, and give me the opportunity to take the belt off him, so I want to grab it with both hands and do my best. Come out there, world champion, then I say I can do it. Challenge the girls did it the weekend, they were in the same squad as me, so it's given me big belief that I can do it as well.
Thanks, Frankie. Kell, the current IBF welterweight champion of the world, the current Ring Magazine number ranked welterweight on the planet. People talk about Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Amir Khan, but right about now, you've got a tough fight against someone you know is a very talented fighter on Saturday night.
Yeah, I know, how talented Frankie Gavin is. That's why, after the last fight, my foot's not left, on the gas. I've been, training very, very hard in the gym. Because I know that when Frankie Gavin's up for it, and believe you me, if you're not going to get up for a world title fight, you'll never get up for any fight. So I know what he's going to bring. That's why we've put ourselves through it in the gym. No corner being cut, and we're ready.
Just 2 months after you filled the Sheffield Arena, 9,000 fans in your mandatory defence against Jojo Dan, you do it all again in front of 18,000. Not boxed in front of that amount of people before. I know you're a man who thrives on the buzz and the hype and the adrenaline. You're looking forward to walking out at the O2 on Saturday and seeing not just 1 tier, but 2 tier packed with British fight fans.
You know me, Eddie. I love that. I love that from the fans. I box all over the world, and the buzz when my music comes out, all of the lights. What a buzz it is. There's no buzz like that, and to be walking out the O2 packed out arena, it's just going to get even better. I'm buzzing. I can't wait for Saturday.
Many feel that with those super fights on the horizon, you may have overlooked Frankie Gavin on Saturday night. I believe differently. I've seen how you trained in this fight. What are you expecting from the fight, and how do you see it playing out? Frankie, a hugely talented southpaw with fantastic skills. We all know that. You said yourself you're on a seek and destroy mission in this fight. Is it all action we expect from Kell Brook on Saturday night?
All action from me. It's a box office card. All these fans coming out. So I'm expecting Frankie Gavin to give the fans what they want, and that's an all action fight. Come 12 fight. These people have paid a lot of money for us to fight. So I just want to give the fans a great fight, and like I said, I'm ready for Saturday, and just hope Frankie is too.
And finally, your position in world boxing right now, you're one of 2 belt holders in the welterweight division. Where do you feel you sit now in the division globally as you approach these fights?
In this fight, I'm looking to seek and destroy, and just to show everyone that I'm the number 1 in the welterweight division. I'm looking to make a statement, that I'm the man in this division.
Thank you, Kell. This fight, mouth-watering action. Sheffield's Kell Brook against Birmingham's Frankie Gavin. First time in history that 2 Brits have challenged for the world welterweight title. We can't wait for this one. A couple of other absolutely fascinating world title fights on the bill on Saturday night that I just cannot wait for. It gives me a huge amount of pleasure as a promoter and a fan to sit with 6 elite fighters on this table, a couple of which I've watched for many years from across the pond. And right about now, I'd like to introduce the IBF Fighter of the Year, just named at their convention in his 5th defence of the IBF title, the Mexican-Russian Yevgeny Gradovich. He's a fantastic fighter. Let's welcome him. Obviously trains out in LA with Robert Garcia, fantastic trainer. And Yevgeny, you get a chance to box in London on Saturday night and defend your title.
Hi everybody, very glad to be here in England. Never been here before, so first time. It's like my kid's dream, when I was small guy I liked soccer, but I know English soccer is one of the best in the world, so I'm here. Thanks for invitation. So I wanna say thanks my team, my promoter Top Rank, my manager Regis Klimas, my trainers Robert Garcia, Marco, Cecilio, Dr. Anderson, and I hope it will be good fight night, Saturday night. So we'll see and keep going. Thank you.
Yeah. I saw an interview with you recently saying that you hadn't watched much of Lee Selby, you let your training team do that. What sort of fight are you expecting on Saturday night?
Actually, I expect a good fight, I know Lee Selby good fighters, so a lot of English fighters, one of the best, So I hope it will be good fight night, for everybody, and everybody will be happy.
Thank you. A special thank you as well. There's a number of promoters that have come together on this show. Sometimes it's unusual to see these days in world boxing, and I want to thank Top Rank, Carl Moretti, Bob Arum, and of course Brad over there, and Igis, Yevgeny's manager, for bringing him over for this great fight. It's always a pleasure to work with you. Lee Selby, this is it. Saturday night, you get a chance to fulfil a lifelong dream. You get a chance to do it in London, a place at the O2 Arena. You've already put together 2 fantastic performances against Ryan Walsh and also Joel Brunker in the final eliminator. How are you feeling ahead of this ultimate moment in your life?
First of all, I know I'm up against Evgeny Gradovich. He's a very good fighter. On his 5th title defence, his 3rd mandatory, he's unbeaten. So like his record says it all. But it's a fight I'm really confident of winning. I think styles makes fights, and my style beats it.
With James the Gale last weekend, obviously these chances come around once in a lifetime, and it's all about executing the plan that you and Tony have worked on, and you have to take that opportunity on Saturday night.
I'm going to take that opportunity. I'm going to do everything in the ring. I can't afford to make mistakes. Like I said, he's a great fighter, and you're capitalising. So hopefully I can box at the best of my ability and I'll become the new world champion.